excellence in planning. Let's look at how do I enhance my planning skills. Do you think so this topic is important? It is truly important because the better you plan, you have an idea and you want to implement that idea. It is the planning that makes that idea implementable. Okay, so let's look at the various aspects of how can I effectively plan. So let's look at the stages in which a planning process goes through. So first step is, what will your plan be based on? Okay, there are three aspects. We're going to go in details with each of them. First one is it going to be based on assumptions? Is it going to be based on facts? Is it going to be based on a guesstimate? So let's look at that when we go into the details. So first step is go through what will your plan be based on. Once this step is established, to take that to the next level, I'm going to talk something about reality, which will help you in case of a guesstimate situation. Then once this step is clear, what is your plan going to be based on, then I want you to define and set your goals. What are the goals? What are the goals that we need to achieve in this planning? Third one is, how do I achieve these goals? Who is going to be involved? Who is going to do what in the planning process? Then comes, by when am I going to achieve? Once all these first six steps are very clear, then I actually implement the plan. And the last step is to go and follow up and follow through. So these are the 8 stages of any planning process. While I won't say reality as a stage, but it will help you taking some decisions. We'll come to that when I explain what I mean by reality check. Okay, so let's go to each stage separately. So what your plan is going to be based on, for which I'm going to ask you, let's do a simple example to make my point very clear. You are going to create a plan. Into what I mean by a plan is, you're going to give a set of instructions to a person A from your office, who has to reach another office at point B. Your office is at point A and he has to reach point B tomorrow at 10:30 sharp to collect a check for 10 crore rupees. Now, if he does not reach there by 10:30 sharp, that means 1 second, 10:30.01 seconds, you won't get the 10 crore checks. What kind of instructions will you typically give? Okay, I've conducted this exercise for the past 10 years, and here's how people typically write the set of instructions. Okay, let's look at it. So from A to B, leave point A at 8:30, take a bus / rickshaw or a taxi to the station, buy a ticket to point B, reach point B by 10 a.m., walk from point B to the office. Address is given to you. It takes 15 minutes for you. So reach office at point B at 10:15, contact Mr. X to collect the check, call our office and report. Seems to be a great plan, right? Do you think so this person will surely reach 10:30 sharp? Do you think so there are some assumptions in this? Can you see that it is not guaranteed? If I asked you the question, will this person, if you are the person, if you read this sets of instruction, will you for sure reach the office at point B sharp at 10:30 to collect the check? What is your answer? Please type your answers in the comment box. I'm sure most of you have typed no. Why do you think have you typed no? I'm sure you understood that there are a lot of assumptions that this person has taken. Assumptions like whether this person has the money in the pocket, whether this person really knows Bombay or no, Who is the person? The person is not, there is no specific name of the person given in the plan that this person is going to go. So there are a lot of assumptions in this plan, and the more assumptions in your planning process, the more it might go haywire. You getting the point? So an assumption is a no-no in planning. You can't plan based on assumptions. Okay, so let's look at facts. Facts are things can be measured in time, distance, and form. It can be verified. Okay, and when you are planning, the more facts you collect about a situation, about this, the plan, the more the merrier. Because we'll see an example. First, let us look at what are facts. Okay, so let's look at an example. So the color of the wall is blue. What do you think? Is it a fact or an opinion? I'm sure everyone will say that it's a fact. Everyone can agree that color is blue, right? There is no dispute. When there is a fact, there is no dispute. The pen is thick. Is this a fact or an opinion? I'm sure the word thick will make it an opinion and not really a fact. Now, why I'm saying that it's a fact? Because for somebody, thick will not be thick for everybody. So it cannot be, it's an opinion and not really a fact. Okay. You read in the newspaper, bomb blast in place X, 27 dead, 80 injured. Is this a fact or an opinion? Please type your answer in the comment box. I bet most of the people would say that this is a fact. Now you don't, I said specifically that you read in the newspaper. Have you all read the fine print in the newspaper? As reported by so and so, the bomb blast in place A, X, 27 dead, 80 injured. What's the guarantee? There might be more injured, less injured, more dead, less dead. This is a commentary given by the reporter on the field. So it's an opinion of the reporter, not really a fact, till it comes into the government, whatever gazette or whatever document. When the government says that so many people died, then it becomes a fact. Till then, it is an opinion. I hope you're getting what I'm driving at. The newspaper and the news channels are full of opinions. In fact, they will present facts as opinions, because that's how they can sell more and more and more. Okay, you're getting the point. Mr. Modi is the best prime minister that we have. Straight away an opinion, right? While it may be verified, he may be best, many people might be agreeing. So let us look at, you're clear now what are facts. We are going to do, I'm going to give you, you will have to pause the video after I create what is a reality. What does it mean by reality? We'll do an exercise exclusively to take this more deeper. Do that exercise and see to it that you are clear about what are facts and opinions. Friends, I'm telling you, if you get this one learning powerfully in your life can transform. Let me see let's see when I complete what I mean by the word reality. Okay, so there are many times in a planning process I have to make a guesstimate. When I'm doing it first time, when there is no earlier data, then I have to do something planning based on guesstimate. The lesser guesstimates that I have to make, the better it is. Okay, but for us to understand this a little, taking this conversation about fact, opinion, guesstimate, assumptions a little deeper, let's look at the word reality, and I'm going to define reality for you. Okay, so reality can be defined in three different ways: ultimate, interim, and personal. So let me define reality. This is what I learned when I did my course in landmark education. a powerful distinction called reality, and let's see how we can apply it. So, ultimate reality is real for every living being in the universe. So, that means even if they are the uncivilized pygmies, Papua New Guinean aboriginals, man eating cavemen, whoever it is, for them also it is real. Okay. Second, interim reality is reality by agreement. And personal reality, as the name suggests, it is my personal reality, my idea about that particular person. Now let's take an example of each one of them. Okay. So when I say ultimately real, sun, moon, life, death, these are ultimately real. We don't have to have too many things in the ultimate part. Okay. And I'm sure while they may not call it the sun, but the pygmies, the uncivilized people, the people who live in the jungles, they also still agree that there is life, death, sun, moon. So that's the ultimately real. Not much falls into this particular category of ultimately reality. Let's look at interim reality. As we described, interim reality is reality by agreement. So, example, your name, is it reality by agreement? When you were born, you were given this name by your parents. But X number of people started calling you by your name, and that's how your name became a reality. Are you getting? If tomorrow there are a lot of people who declare in the gazette that from today I will be, I request so many people to be called, up till now my name was this, now I would like to be called this. You getting? So when X number of people start calling you Y, your name can change from X to Y. Your marriage, is it an ultimately real, personal real? What is it? Do you know that your marriage is an reality by agreement? Let's assume that you and your wife, the would-be wife at that point of time, either you were lovers or you had agreed to get married, you went to the jungles, got married into a temple, and came back to the society. Will the society accept you as man and wife? I guess not. Simply because you don't have a reality check. Why you call so many people for your marriage? Because they stand guarantee, okay, we agree there is a person who declares you the man and wife. It might be a pandit, it might be a priest, it might be the registrar of marriage, but there is a person of authority who has been given the designation, the authority to declare you man and wife. And the moment he declares the man and wife, you are man and wife, everyone claps, everyone puts flowers and everything. Now you know why you call people for your marriage. Reality by agreement. Your office, your house, your phone, your car, wherever the word agreement comes. In fact, the country that you live in, the Constitution of India, if I show you a 10 rupees note, that is reality by agreement. That piece of paper, if I take it to USA, it has no monetary value unless and until I convert it to US currency. You get reality by agreement and personal reality. Mr. A is a great guy. Clearly personal, because Mr. A cannot be great for everybody. He might be great for you, but not necessarily great for every person. He is stupid is a personal reality. X community is intelligent. Okay, X community is stupid. These people are rogues. That man is a rogue. He is a cheat. Okay? You getting? I want you all to start discovering in a day how many of your personal realities or your opinions, your personal realities are nothing but opinions. How many of your personal realities or opinions you live as if they are facts? This is so critical and important. Take time, digest on what I'm saying. Identify how many of your personal realities or opinions You live as if that they are facts in life. So this is one powerful learning that you can take home. Work on this. Secondly, I said that interim reality is by reality by agreement. That means, uh, as I said, that you are a brand. You are a 1.0 version of your brand. The current person sitting in the seat is version 1.0 of your brand. Now you create a brand called version 2.0. Unless and until you are able to have X number of people who agree to version 2.0, till then you still are brand version 1.0. You will have to create that interim reality by agreement. Now there is no direct rule for how many people are required for you, but a sizable amount of your community needs to start agreeing that yes, you are now version 2.0 of your brand. So guesstimates really don't work. Try to create, even when you're planning in your organizations, at home, for anything, try to create an interim reality when it's an opinion based planning. When you have to make a guesstimate, get buy-in from as many people in the planning process so that it becomes a workable reality. Interim reality is a reality which becomes workable. It's an opinion, or I would say it is a workable fact. It is still an opinion, but a workable fact. I hope you're getting the point. Yeah. So the more facts when you are planning, the better it is for you. We'll come to that when you come to the fifth, sixth stage of your planning process. Why this is so critical to get facts about a situation that you are planning. The more number of facts that you have, the better it is for you to plan. Imagine you are planning for a holiday for your community, for your lane, and you did only planning based on what X number of people the planning community likes. Now, there might be so many people in your lane who don't want to do that. Then your planning goes for a complete toss. You get the point what I'm trying to say. So, the first step is to be clear about, collect as many facts as possible before you start your planning process. Once this step is clear, you have X amount of facts, X amount of interim reality that you can work upon. The second stage is to define and set goals. Based on these facts, you have to set your goals. What is it that I want to achieve? Now, defining and setting goals are in three parts: long, intermediate, and short range. One question: where will you start from? Short, intermediate, or long range? Type your comment in the comment box. Let me see. Okay. Some people are saying short range, some people say long range. Guys, if you're planning for a holiday in your college, if you're planning for a holiday of your team members, if you're planning for a holiday, what is the outcome that you want why do you want to do this? So the long-term plan must be very clear for you to make a better plan out of it. And then you can chunk down your long-term plan or the outcome. So let's say I'm planning for a holiday and I want relaxation. I want people to be relaxed at the end of the holiday. Then your planning is going to be different as against I want people to chill, be calm, enjoy, because enjoyment for you is very different from enjoyment for everybody. So start with the long-term plan, intermediate and short range, right? I will be giving you an exercise, and in the weekly calls we can take this further and let's see how all the things are integrated together. Okay, so you got the second step. Once the goals are defined, then you can actually set, when the goals are defined, then you can have goals in long term, intermediate and short range goals. Okay, the third stage How are you going to achieve whatever? Now you assign these are the goals that I want, whether they are long term, intermediate, or short term. How are you going to achieve them? Important. You don't decide. There are people around you, your team, your community members who are there. Let them decide how to do these goals. What happens when you involve them? This is what you want to do. The more people are involved in your planning process, the more committed they are. Tell me, when you are, if the plan was given to you, will you be committed to that plan or the plan that you created? I'm sure when your involvement in the planning process is there, you will be 10 times more committed. So when you involve, when you let the other person decide how they are going to achieve these goals, let it be a team member, a community member, it will involve, people will start getting involved in the process and it will bring commitment to your planning. Easier for you to implement the plan. Okay. Then comes the who. The goals are defined. How it is going to happen is also defined now. Now it is pretty simple. Decide it based on the skills that people have or the strengths that they have. Don't randomly give it to people. When you distribute the how based on the strengths, the job is very simple for the person. So let's say you're going for a picnic and you have a foodie in your team member, in your community, who loves about food, he talks about food, it is his strength. Give the planning of the food part to this guy, and I bet you won't have to think about it because he'll take care of, obviously he must be committed, passionate, all that things he will take care of. But if it's his strength, then you don't have to think about it. So who is based on strengths and skills. It's identifying the right person for the right task, right? Once you have this in place, then it is important for you as the leader to know by when are they going to accomplish. It is said that timetables convert intention into commitment. This statement is by Bob Johnson. Okay, he says that timetables convert intention into commitment, and this is a powerful way of dealing with things. Let me give you an example over here. So let's say one fine day, I take my own example. I want to reduce 5 kg of weight. Okay, so I know the facts that this is my current weight, this is where I want to reach. So then I say that my long-term goal is so much, interim goal is so much, short-term goal is so much. I'll stop eating this, I will stop eating that, I will do this kind of an exercise, and who is going to be involved? My people in my family are going to help me achieve that. So great, it sounds like a great plan. But if you meet me after 1 month, you find me still in exactly the same place. Why? Because for each goal, I haven't set a deadline. By when am I going to achieve it? Am I going to achieve it in 1 month, 2 months, 10 months, 10 years? Can you see how when you place the time factor in your goals, it brings that commitment. The shorter the timeline, the greater is the strength of the goal. So by when is an important aspect. Don't ignore that. Okay. Once all this thing, till now the planning is on the paper or in the head. Okay. Now you put your action, implement the plan. You put that into action. So here there can two things happen. This is an action stage of your plan. Now two things can happen. Here the plan can go straight as planned or it can deviate. This stage in the planning process is important because it will spring up some surprises, and the surprises are the assumptions that you have probably clicked up in the first stage. Okay, So once these assumptions come up, then you can course correct. This is also the plan B stage. You should have a plan B. At this point of time, you should always have a plan B, because course correction can happen when you have a plan B. Okay. So once you have implemented, then you can see whether it is going according to your planning or it is deviated, so you can course correct. And the final stage of you as a leader is to follow up and follow through. Now follow up is perfectly fine. Everyone follow ups. What is follow through? If you can tell me what is follow through, please type in the comment box and let me know what is follow through. Everyone does follow up, but we fail to follow through. There was a time when I was in sales and I realized that if I did not follow through, I have lost a lot of contracts because I did not follow through. I did follow up. Follow up is something, after some time I have given the work to somebody, I keep on following up. After some time I forget. Follow through is still I get a yes or a no as an answer. So the step is follow up and follow through. It is together. It is not follow up and then follow through. It is follow up, follow through. So either give me a yes or a no as an answer. Then I can do something about it. So follow through is more important, not just follow up. So let's quickly summarize the planning process. So first, we looked at what will be your plan based on. We studied assumptions, facts, and reality, the three realities that we spoke about: ultimate, interim, and personal reality, and how you can utilize for creating more and more facts in this first particular phase of your planning process. So then we looked at reality. Once we are clear about the facts or the interim realities that we have, then I can set and define my goals. Then I look at how do I make it happen, who do I involve, and by when. Then comes the action stage, the implement the plan. I have to implement the plan which actually hits the road. The tire starts burning only when you hit the road, right? Then you will know whether to course correct or not. How effective has been your planning process is when you actually implement the plan. And finally, we are going to learn how to follow up and follow through. So if you follow these steps thoroughly, your planning can be as powerful as nothing. I have used this in my elder son's marriage. My target was to complete everything 15 days prior to 1 month before my son's marriage. Now it did not take place in 1 month, it took but 15 days before my elder son's marriage. Every aspect of the planning was in place. And by the way, my job inside of that entire event was just to distribute money. I have used this 7-step, 8-step process exactly the way I have defined it. Not in one place, but many places. This is probably one of the most powerful tools of planning that you can have. So friends, use it, apply it, write your action plans. And if there is any confusion, I'm going to give you an exercise. We'll take it up in the weekly calls so that it becomes very clear. Till that point of time, apply it in your place, in your professional life, personal life, and succeed. Thank you.